very important part of long-range fishing is 1, finding your spot, and 2, baiting it. There's no point in chucking a spom out 180 yards if you're not going to reach it with a rig.
No,
there's not, is there?
No.
Because I can put a spom further than put a rig.
Yeah, that's what little tip that me and Mike both tend to use as well is when we're leading up with our braid rod, we'll clip on an old rig from a previous session and put a hook bait on. So when you're casting out, it is virtually the same as then your baited rig. Because I've seen people make the mistake before, they cast out just a bare lead, find the spot, and then they clip on a rig and they can't hit it because it's a bit too far. So a good little tip is to, like I say, put on an old rig with a hook bait, and then that'll give you a true reading of what it's like to cast a rig to that same distance.
I mean, what I do when I'm starting is I get a lead, I put quite an heavy lead on, a 4.5, 5 ounce on my spod rod. I use braid and a braided leader anyway. And I chuck it out, and I know there's clay in here. There's a lot of clay patches. So I look for the clay patches.
Yeah.
So I chuck it out, and basically what I'm looking for is, if you can imagine a lead going across a piece of glass.
Yeah, just nice smooth.
And that's it, I'm happy then.
Yeah.
What do you do the same? Or?
Yeah, similar sort of thing. Just looking for a uniform bottom, and then like where we're fishing now, I make the bait the feature because it's featureless
it's a big
out
expanse
there.
of water.
It's just featureless. There's no weed. You're not really fishing to any feature, so you're just finding a nice area to present your rigs on, and then you're baiting up and making that your feature. So obviously, then the next important thing is getting there, and what we use, and obviously, you know, all of these tools are capable of doing it, and it's just mix and match with what the wind's doing and all bits and pieces.
I mean, you use them all the time, and I use these.
Yeah.
Because that one, because if I get a strong headwind or a strong side wind, that flies that true. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You can't get as much bait in it.
No, I've not. Yeah. The thing is,
I just get there with these, and
I
you
like
get there with
using
them.
a slightly larger version, just so you can just bait up that little bit quicker.
Yeah.
I know it don't make a lot of difference, and it's also just what you're confident in doing, like we say all the time. And I just find with these loaded up, they're that bit heavier, and when you're fishing at long range, sometimes the lighter, smaller applicators can sometimes die at the end.
Yeah.
Because there's not so much
fall
weight
out
in
the
it.
air, don't they? Yeah.
So what do you use on your reel when you're spodding?
I use braided. I use 25-pound braid on the reel, and I have a 30-kilo leader on it.
What's that? 65 pound, is it?
Yeah.
Leader. Yeah.
And because I just use the same rod for finding the spot and for feeding it.
Yeah.
I mean, here we've got. I'm fishing in about 24 foot of water. You're in 30 something.
Yeah, 30 something.
And I find my spot, and then I'll clip my rods up a rod length past.
Yeah, I'm the same.
So I'm feeding that rod length shorter.
Yeah, we've had this conversation quite a bit before, and I think when you're fishing in that depth of water, also we're fishing a big expanse of water where you get lots of toes. It's really hard to know if the bait is dropping straight down or whether it's moving. So
on shallower lakes, I clip up the same, exactly the same.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but we're fishing 30 foot of water.
I have found it better here to be a rod length short. I mean, even if you're chucking in a bivvy at 160 yards, the spread of that bait.
Oh yeah,
it's probably half a tennis court.
Yeah, it's something that I find quite interesting, to be honest, and it's something I think we've both played about with clipping rods at so many rod length short or rod length past, and
but we've both found the same. That's the good.
It seems to be a rod length in this depth of water. Spot up a rod length shorter than your fishing rods, and you won't be far wrong.
Because I've heard some people say, "Oh no, it should be 30 foot closer because it's 30." It don't work like that, does it?
No.
But I found it far better to be a rod length shorter when you feed it.
I do a very similar thing to you in terms of spodding, but I recently have changed over to mono, and I'm now using the 8-pound Technium, again with a 65-pound shock leader, and I just find it a bit easier, to be honest, and again that's the same sort of thing.
You've got to hit the clip hard when you're spodding as well, haven't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You've got to make sure there's no point in it.
No.
The thing is with spodding, if you chuck a rig in the wrong place, you just wind it in and re-chuck it.
Yeah.
You put a spod in the wrong place, you bait it in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
So really, it's more important than putting your rigs in. because you can keep just recast your rigs until you get there.
Yeah, it's quite a good point. Yeah.
But when you're spodding, you've got to be. I like to be as accurate as I can.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Every now and again, you're going to get one or 10 yard left or right or whatever. That happens, doesn't it?
Especially with the
A bit of a
winds that
gust
we
of
get on
wind or
here.
something,
Yeah.
But I do try. I've always caught better being as tight as I can.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing about long range fishing is you've got to have the right kit to get there. There's no point in turning up with a 10-foot stalker rod because it ain't going to get there, is it?
No.
And Shimano do a full range of rods and reels that'll get you there.
Yeah.
Starting off, you've got the speed cast reel
Yeah.
with a TX2,
Yeah.
which is a sub 200 quid
Yeah.
setup. That, I mean, to be honest, you've used them more than me.
Yeah.
They chuck as far as anything, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I've been using them up to 180 yards plus, which is
About as far as
mind
you can
blowing,
go.
really, for a 200 quid rod reel combo. So.
But they're still a fishing rod, aren't they? They're not.
Oh yeah.
They're not a spod rod. They're a fishing rod. You can. You can still play fish now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And and to be confident with your kit when you're fishing at long range is paramount.
Oh,
because
God,
if you're stood there and you're worried that it might break or this, that, and the other, then it gets in your head and it can ruin your fishing.
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
Especially at long range, it's so important to have that confidence in your kit.
Yeah. I mean, the spod rod we use the 12'6" distance.
Yeah.
Then we go. The best spod reel I found is the Aerolex.
Yeah, I like that one as well. And it's 10,000 spool on it. And it's it looks quite a small spool, I'll be honest. And I thought, it might make a difference on the distance and all that. But I'll be honest, I seem to have had less problems with wind knots and that. I don't know whether it's changing over to that but it's an absolutely fantastic little reel for spotting.
Yeah, I can't. I've not found anything better, put it that way.
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah.
No,
and then you go on to the Bentley of rods and reels, don't you? What you've got to play with, and your first fish was £51 on.
Yeah, they're absolutely fantastic.
The ultras,
they're different. They're a different league. Never picked a casting rod up like it, to be honest, and they're fantastic. It's the first time I played with them this session, but they're so soft in the tip to play fish on.
Yeah.
For a casting rod, to have the best of both worlds, obviously to be able to punch a lead out as far as you can, and to have the luxury of playing a fish on a rod that has got that give and is nice and soft in the tip when you get it in the edge, it's just, what more do you want from a rod?
Well, that's the Spiral-X technology that they've used for it, and the carbons they've used for it. It recovers like lightning. Yeah. But, it casts as far as anything.
Yeah.
But it's still a nice fishing rod.
Yeah.
It's still a nice... you get them under the rod and
Yeah.
You've still got enough playing action and that to land them and not worry about pulling hooks or anything.
Yeah, yeah, they're great.
Well, they have got, and they feel like a floater rod really, don't they? You know?
Yeah, so light as well. Yeah, so light.
Yeah, they are definitely the Bentley of rods, aren't they? So we've gone through our approach to long range fishing, the tackle and tactics that we do. There's no hard and fast rule with fishing, you do what works for you. So let's hope it puts a few more fish on the bank for you.